things, as explained to you, which will be there required and which will need money, which will need financing. So if you have some amount of finance with you and you need more, then you will have to go for borrowing, and you will be needing a financer who will finance you, who will lend you money, who will give you a loan. That, and in that case, once you have to take it from the market, so there are investment policies. You can go to a bank and borrow from the bank and mortgage your assets there. And you can go, if you have an insurance policy, you can take a loan against the insurance policy. And then if people are interested in your enterprise, and they can invest purchase some bonds from you, and or shares from you. So there are many types of investments available in the market which you can utilize, and you can. But now let us have a sharp look at these all instruments which can be taken by you. The mortgage bond issues are usually used in a large newspaper, and these bonds are taken by private investors who are interested in putting their money to work. Issuing corporation stocks is another favorite method of financing newspapers. The common stock which carries voting power in the corporation's affairs is rarely offered. So instead, preferential shares are offered, preferential stock is offered, which carries no voting power. But shares in all corporation dividends ahead of common stock is sold to investors. Management usually retains 51% of the common stock of their share, so that to have their say in the board. And because the majority shares should be with the management. The family owned newspapers, corporations in which officers and stockholders are the publisher's immediate family or near and dear ones, they also invest. And this type of another instrument I had told you is life insurance, is frequently resorted to by the principal financing, because after principal financing has been accomplished, heavy policies are sometimes taken out by the owner. Manager and other executives of the enterprise, they purchase the policies, and then against those policies they give they give the mortgage. They give those policies in mortgage, and they offer those as security. And this is one, a popular adoption for the use of insurance as a security is found in the partnership form of management, because partners take insurance and then they put that as security and take loan against that insurance policy. So this kind of investment, if starting a new enterprise, the owner must have enough to invest in a plant. And if preparing to make some changes in an existing plant, he might incur similar expenses. If the business is to be incorporated, there will be some expenses, and those expenses are to be charted out. And there must also be some assets available. And in the bank for operating capital to take care of immediate expenses like rent, bills of utilities, and expendable materials, weekly payrolls, interests, as I told you in the initial stage also. So these costs are to be met. A form of insurance that has become more widespread in recent years is business interruption coverage. So in case of damage to a plant, that would prevent its continued operation for a time, the policy provides fund sufficient to have the paper publish it in another plant or to provide temporary facilities. This kind of insurance is considered worthwhile, particularly by the large newspaper groups. So we have known that there is a mortgage which can be utilized for loan. Then the stocks are there which can be utilized for loan. Then there is this insurance which can be utilized for loan. So there are many ways to raise funds for the company, for this enterprise newspaper enterprise. Getting into newspaper enterprise is a major undertaking, both in amount of capital that must be raised and in risk. Beginners may have to be satisfied with very small operations.